Coral reefs are beautiful. They are full of color and life, teeming with an incredible variety of marine species. Imagine swimming in warm, clear water, surrounded by the vibrant hues of the underwater world. Suddenly you see something amazing, a hidden treasure that takes your breath away. A huge underwater garden appears before your eyes, stretching as far as you can see. Fish in all colors of the rainbow dart in and out of the coral, creating a mesmerizing dance of life. This is the magic of a coral reef, a vibrant ecosystem that captivates and inspires. Coral reefs are found in tropical oceans around the world, from the Caribbean to the Pacific. They are like busy cities under the sea, bustling with activity and life. Some of the most famous coral reefs include the Great Barrier Reef in Australia and the Bailey's Barrier Reef in Central America, each with its own unique beauty. These reefs are home to a staggering variety of plants and animals, each playing a crucial role in the ecosystem. Coral reefs are not just pretty to look at, they are vital for the health of our planet. They are vital for the health of our planet, acting as natural barriers and supporting marine life. They provide food and shelter for countless marine species, creating a safe haven in the vast ocean. They protect coastlines from storms and erosion, acting as natural barriers against the forces of nature, and they support the livelihoods of millions of people around the world, from fishermen to tourism operators. Join me as we dive deeper into the fascinating world of coral reefs, exploring their wonders and mysteries. Let's discover why these underwater treasures need our protection now more than ever, and what we can do to help preserve them for future generations. Coral reefs may look like rocks, but they are actually living organisms. They are made up of tiny animals called coral polyps. These polyps have a soft body and a hard, protective skeleton made of calcium carbonate. Coral polyps live in colonies. They build their skeletons on top of those of their ancestors. Over time, these skeletons grow and accumulate. This creates the structure of a coral reef. The process is very slow. It can take thousands of years for a coral reef to form. There are different types of coral reefs. Fringing reefs grow close to the shore. Barrier reefs are separated from the shore by a lagoon. Atolls are ring-shaped reefs that surround a central lagoon. Each type of reef provides a unique habitat for marine life. The formation of coral reefs is a delicate balance. It depends on factors such as water temperature, salinity, and light availability. Even small changes in these conditions can affect the health of a reef. Coral reefs are teeming with life. They are home to an incredible diversity of plants and animals. In fact, coral reefs are one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth. Fish are the most visible inhabitants of coral reefs. They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Some fish, like parrotfish, graze on algae. Others, like groupers, are predators that hunt other fish. The vibrant colors and patterns of reef fish help them to attract mates, camouflage themselves, or warn off predators. But it's not just fish that call coral reefs home. You can also find sea turtles, sharks, rays, dolphins, and even whales. Invertebrates like crabs, lobsters, starfish, and sea urchins are also abundant. These animals play important roles in the reef ecosystem. The intricate structure of coral reefs provides shelter, food, and breeding grounds for this incredible array of life. The close relationships between different species on the reef make it a complex and fascinating ecosystem. Coral reefs are not just beautiful, they are also incredibly important for our planet and for us. They provide a wide range of ecological, economic, and social benefits. Coral reefs are often called the rainforests of the sea. They are vital for maintaining the health of our oceans. They provide habitats for countless marine species. They help to regulate carbon dioxide levels in the ocean, and they protect coastlines from erosion and storm damage. Coral reefs also support the livelihoods of millions of people around the world. They provide food security for coastal communities. They attract tourists, boosting local economies. And they are a source of new medicines and other products. The importance of coral reefs cannot be overstated. They are essential for the health of our planet and the well-being of future generations. Section 5. Coral reefs in peril. A change in the tide. Sadly, coral reefs around the world are facing unprecedented threats. These vibrant underwater ecosystems, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, are crucial for marine life. Human activities are putting these delicate ecosystems at risk. From coastal development to destructive fishing practices, our actions have far-reaching consequences. We are witnessing a decline in coral reefs on a global scale. This decline not only affects marine biodiversity, but also the livelihoods of millions of people who depend on these ecosystems. Climate change is one of the biggest threats to coral reefs. The increase in global temperatures leads to more frequent and severe coral bleaching events. Rising ocean temperatures cause coral bleaching. When water is too warm, corals expel the algae living in their tissues, causing them to turn completely white. This happens when corals expel the symbiotic algae that live in their tissues. These algae provide corals with food through photosynthesis. This causes the coral to turn white and become more susceptible to disease. Without the algae, corals lose their major source of nutrition and are more vulnerable to stress. Pollution is another major problem. Chemicals and waste products from human activities can have devastating effects on coral reefs. Runoff from agriculture, sewage, and industrial waste can all pollute coral reefs. These pollutants can cause harmful algal blooms and reduce water quality. These pollutants can damage coral tissues and disrupt the delicate balance of the reef ecosystem. The health of coral reefs is intricately linked to the overall health of our oceans. Overfishing is also putting pressure on coral reefs. The removal of key species can alter the ecological balance and lead to the decline of reef health. Unsustainable fishing practices can deplete fish populations. This not only affects the fish, but also the entire reef ecosystem that depends on them. This can disrupt the food web and lead to an overgrowth of algae, which can smother corals. Healthy fish populations help keep algae in check. The threats to coral reefs are interconnected and complex. Addressing one issue often requires tackling several others simultaneously. Addressing these threats requires a concerted effort from individuals, communities, and governments around the world. Together, we can work towards preserving these vital ecosystems for future generations. Section 6. Climate change, the ocean's fever. Climate change is like an ocean fever, a relentless rise in temperature that disrupts the delicate balance of marine ecosystems. It is causing the water to warm up, creating an environment that is increasingly hostile to marine life. This is bad news for coral reefs, which are already under stress from other environmental pressures. Corals are sensitive to changes in temperature, and even a slight increase can have devastating effects. Even a small increase in water temperature can harm them, leading to a cascade of negative impacts. When the water gets too warm, corals experience stress, which can lead to a breakdown in their symbiotic relationships. This stress leads to coral bleaching, a phenomenon where corals lose their vibrant colors and turn white. Bleached corals are weak and more likely to get sick, making them vulnerable to diseases and other threats. If the water stays too warm for too long, the corals can die, leading to the collapse of entire reef ecosystems. Climate change is also making the ocean more acidic, which poses another serious threat to coral reefs. This is because the ocean absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which then reacts with seawater to form carbonic acid. As the ocean absorbs more carbon dioxide, it becomes more acidic, making it harder for corals to survive. This acidity makes it harder for corals to build their skeletons, which are essential for their growth and survival. We need to act now to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the impacts of climate change. These emissions are the main cause of climate change, driving the warming and acidification of our oceans. Reducing emissions will help to slow down the warming of the ocean and give coral reefs a fighting chance to recover and thrive. Section 7. Pollution and overfishing, a web of threats. Pollution and overfishing are two more threats to coral reefs. Pollution comes in many forms. It can be sewage, chemicals, or even plastic waste. All of these things can harm coral reefs. Sewage pollution can lead to an overgrowth of algae. This algae can block sunlight and prevent corals from getting the nutrients they need. Chemicals from agriculture and industry can poison corals and other marine life. Plastic waste can entangle and suffocate marine animals. Overfishing can also damage coral reefs. When too many fish are removed from a reef, it can disrupt the delicate balance of the ecosystem. This can lead to an overgrowth of algae and a decline in coral health. We can all do our part to reduce pollution and overfishing. We can reduce our use of single-use plastics. We can support sustainable fishing practices, and we can advocate for stronger environmental regulations. Section 8. Our turn to care protecting coral reefs. The future of coral reefs may seem bleak, but there is still hope. We can all take action to protect these valuable ecosystems. Every little bit helps. One important step is to reduce our carbon footprint. We can do this by using public transport, cycling, walking, and conserving energy at home. We can also support businesses and organizations that are committed to sustainability. We can also support marine conservation efforts. We can donate to organizations that are working to protect coral reefs. We can volunteer our time to participate in beach cleanups or coral reef monitoring programs. Spreading awareness is crucial. We can talk to our friends and family about the importance of coral reefs and the threats they face. We can also use social media to share information and encourage others to take action. Section 9. A future for coral reefs. Hope on the horizon. The future of coral reefs depends on us. It depends on the choices we make today. If we act now, we can still protect these valuable ecosystems for future generations. Imagine a world where coral reefs are no longer threatened. Imagine vibrant coral gardens teeming with life. Imagine crystal clear waters full of colorful fish. This is the future we must strive for. Protecting coral reefs is not just about saving pretty underwater scenery. It is about safeguarding the health of our planet and the well-being of humanity. It is about preserving the incredible biodiversity of our oceans. It is about ensuring a sustainable future for all. Let us all be stewards of the sea. Let us work together to protect coral reefs and ensure that these underwater treasures continue to inspire wonder and awe for generations to come.